I want to talk to you about our second project, the one about negative space. On Blackboard, go to projects, and then when you go to projects, pick project 2, which is this one here about negative space, the simple and effective designs. Okay, once you go there, here's due on the 13th. What you're gonna do is read your instructions. The instructions are always with the project, and it's this PDF here. Okay, so you click there, and a PDF will open, and it talks to you about what you have to do. First thing, you're gonna make 4 artboards, and if you go to Illustrator, or even if you have the newer version of Illustrator, you can always click to more options and see this window. You have to make 4 artboards, and they're 6 inches by 6 inches. And when you create them, use this alignment here. So you get 1, 2, 3, and 4 boards instead of a long scroll. Okay, you just follow those instructions here. RGB mode, 150 ppi. And then when you're done with it, okay, you create your project. And then when you're finished with everything, you can say for web, and you can say crop for artboard, which means that all the stuff that was outside of your artboard, like your paper, will be cut out. Okay, now for this project, you're gonna work on the style of Noms Bar. And this project, even though it's really simple, it's really tricky, so you have to be careful, okay, when you create this project, because you're gonna be doing a lot of thinking here. And for your final submission, you're gonna work as you're gonna save it as a PowerPoint, just like you did on your previous project, okay? And you make 1 page for each artboard, okay? So let me show you a little bit of work by Noms Bar. You can Google him. There's a lot about him. It's quite famous. What we're exploring on this project is what is negative space, which is the space around an image. Like here, you really see a swimmer, but if you look closely, you're gonna see some kind of a monster here eating a person. So the blue is the monster, the white is the person. It's up to you to think what's what. Here's Mr. Spock, and here's the Vulcan salute. Or it could be just, as Mr. Puck used to do on the show, could be Leonard Nimoy raising his eyebrow. So here are the instructions for the project, okay? Right when you go to the submission area, there's the PDF, okay? I'm gonna show you a little more about Noms Bar's work. And here's some stuff that I just Googled his name. There's some that are quite funny, some are very interesting. This one here is about like office chit chat. You see 2 cups of coffee, maybe it's a coffee break. And in the negative space that you get from the cup holder, you can see a person, same thing here. Look at the colors, how simple. You just don't have to do a lot to make it funny. This is like a pin, and this is a girl, so maybe like a pinup girl. This is the one that I showed you about the monster. Here, is it a chicken, or is it a person, or is it a person eating chicken? Again, we go to the same things. This one is quite similar to the monster one, but now we got a moon. So you can see a moon, or a person maybe hauling at the moon. This is Amy Winehouse. I think it's self-explanatory. And this is quite cute. It reminds me of my childhood, the story of the turtle and the little rabbit here. So the negative space, which is normally what you call the space around something that we normally waste, we're gonna put it to good use. Here you see the tortoise, and here you see the gun, and you see the dead person. This is about gun control. So you can get quite creative with this project, but the idea is to get you engaged with the negative space. So you're gonna do like similar work like this to his stuff. That is really your project. That's all you have to do. The tool that you're gonna use the most, if we go to Illustrator, let me get the program. I'm gonna do following these directions that I have here. Let me click on the directions again. Negative space. So when I go to Illustrator, let me look. I need 6 by 6, 4 boards, and at 150 ppi. So I'm gonna go to I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, all of it, but here we go. File new. Okay, here's my image. I'm gonna go to, well, I can just change it. Let me go to inches, which is what we use here in the United States. And I wanna have 4 artboards, and they need to be 6 by 6. Whoa, I don't need 7 artboards. I keep it on 4. This choice here, the first one, grid by row. And I want RGB, 150 ppi. That's just more than plenty. Here's my artboards. To create the project, the tool that you need the most is the Pathfinder. If you can find it, all you have to do is go to Window on the top menu and go to Pathfinder. Mine is already out. I know you can't see my menu bar right now in this recording, but it's there. The Pathfinder works really interesting. All you need to have is a shape. So I'm gonna have different colors to make it more interesting. So I have this rectangle here, rectangle and red. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a star. So I go to the star tool right here. I want it with 6 points. So I'm gonna double click before I draw. And I'm gonna go 6 points. And I go, okay, here's the star. I want it to be blue. You know, keep it patriotic. What is it? Red, white, and blue. Here we go. The Pathfinder allows me to cut shapes. Okay, here I'm making the star a little larger. With the black arrow, you can always move groups. With the white arrow or direct select tool, you click once, you click twice on the dot that you want, and then you can stretch something. What made the Pathfinder really interesting is that it allowed me to cut things like a cookie cutter. You see that? So this is divide. You might want to play with all these different Pathfinder options. So I select everything. I can click on one, press shift to do a larger selection, or I can click from the outside and select everything in there. If I go divide, suddenly it looks like nothing happened. But if I switch to the white arrow or the direct selection tool, you can just also click the A on your keyboard to call it. You're gonna notice that you have actually chopped this into little pieces. This might be quite helpful for your negative space project, as you might have one shape cutting another. This is the basis and the beginning of your project. If you have more questions, please let me know. I hope this helped out. Have a good week. Thank you.